Imagine this, the power's out, your phone's dead, 911 isn't coming, and someone you love is sick. You run to your first aid kit, rip it open, and what do you find? Band-aids, alcohol wipes, maybe some expired antibiotic ointment. None of it is going to help. Here's the hard truth, most first aid kits are designed for scraped knees, not survival. But what if I told you that for about $20 at your local pharmacy, you could put together a kit that could actually keep you alive when help isn't on the way? I'm PillMuse, a pharmacist bringing you real advice from the pharmacy counter. Let's get started. So today, I'm breaking down the 5 over-the-counter medications that deserve a spot in your survival kit. No prescription needed, nothing fancy, just stuff you can grab at CVS or Walgreens right now. And I'm not talking about treating minor boo-boos here. I'm talking about medications that can prevent life-threatening situations when you're isolated, when emergency services can't reach you, when it's just you and your family and you need to keep everyone alive. Let's dive in. Number 1, Loperamide, also known as Imodium. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Diarrhea medicine? Really, that's your number 1 survival drug? Yes, and here's why. In a survival situation, contaminated water is one of your biggest enemies. You drink from the wrong source, and within hours, you've got severe diarrhea. And severe diarrhea doesn't just mean you're uncomfortable. It means you're losing massive amounts of water and electrolytes. Dehydration sets in fast, your body weakens, you can't move, you can't think clearly, and in a true emergency, dehydration can kill you faster than you'd expect. Loperamide stops that cascade. It slows down your gut, stops the water loss, and gives your body a chance to recover. In survival terms, it keeps you functional when you absolutely need to be. Here's my pharmacist tip, skip the liquid formulas. They take up too much space and they expire faster. Get the tablets. They're compact, they last longer, and you can carry them anywhere. Take it as soon as the diarrhea starts, and keep taking it until things firm up. Don't wait, don't tough it out, in a survival situation, you can't afford to be out of commission. Number 2, Diphenhydramine, better known as Benadryl. Now, most people know Benadryl as an allergy med. You get a runny nose, you pop a Benadryl, problem solved. But in a survival kit, Diphenhydramine is like a Swiss Army knife. It does way more than you think. First, let's talk allergic reactions. Let's say you get stunned by something, or you eat something that doesn't agree with you, and suddenly your throat feels tight, your face is swelling, you're breaking out in hives. That's a medical emergency. And if you're miles from help, Benadryl can buy you critical time. It won't reverse a full anaphylactic shock, but it can slow down the reaction and keep your airways open while you figure out your next move. But here's the hidden use that a lot of people don't know about, Benadryl is also a powerful sleep aid. Why does that matter in survival? Because in a high-stress, high-danger situation, your body is running on adrenaline. You might not be able to sleep for days. And sleep deprivation will kill your judgment, your reflexes, your ability to think. Sometimes, you need to force your body to rest. That's where diphenhydramine comes in. Take one, and it'll knock you out for a solid 6 to 8 hours. One warning though, it makes you drowsy, really drowsy. So if you're on watch duty, if you're the one keeping an eye out for danger, do not take this. Save it for when you absolutely need to shut down and recharge. Number 3, Povidone-Iodine, you'll see it's sold as Betadine. Alright, let's talk about cuts, scrapes, and open wounds. In everyday life, you get a cut, you slap on some Neosporin, maybe a bandage, and you're good. But in a survival scenario, even a small wound can become a serious problem if it gets infected. Infections spread fast, especially when sanitation is compromised. So here's where Povidone-Iodine becomes your best friend. Unlike alcohol or hydrogen peroxide, which can actually damage your tissue if you use them wrong, Povidone-Iodine is a broad-spectrum antiseptic. It kills bacteria, viruses, fungi, pretty much everything that could cause an infection. You clean the wound with it, and you're drastically reducing your risk of something nasty taking hold. But here's the survival hack that most people don't know: Povidone-Iodine can also purify water. I'm serious. If you run out of clean drinking water and you've got no other options, you can add about 4 to 8 drops of Povidone-Iodine to a liter of water, let it sit for 30 minutes, and it'll kill most of the pathogens in there. It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but it's way better than drinking untreated water and ending up with cholera or giardia. So yeah, Povidone-Iodine. It disinfects wounds, and it can save you from waterborne diseases. That's a 2-for-1 deal you can't pass up. Number 4, Ibuprofen, brands like Advil or Motrin. Now, most people think of ibuprofen as just a painkiller. Headache? Take an ibuprofen. Sore muscles? Ibuprofen. But here's the key difference between ibuprofen and something like Tylenol: ibuprofen doesn't just mask pain, it reduces inflammation. Why does that matter? Because in a survival situation, injuries happen. You twist your ankle, you strain a muscle, you bang your knee, and if that injury swells up, if inflammation sets in, you lose mobility, you can't walk, you can't run, you can't get to safety. Ibuprofen brings that swelling down. It reduces the inflammation, and that means you can keep moving even when you're hurt. And in survival, mobility is everything. If you can't move, you can't escape danger, you can't find resources, you're stuck. So yeah, ibuprofen isn't glamorous, but it's essential. It keeps you on your feet when you absolutely need to be. Number 5, Aspirin, regular strength, 325 milligrams. Okay, last one, aspirin. And I'm not talking about the baby aspirin that people take every day for heart health. I'm talking about the full-strength, 325 milligram tablets. Here's the scenario: someone in your group starts having chest pain, tightness, pressure, trouble breathing, classic signs of a heart attack. Normally, you'd call 911, get them to a hospital, they'd get treated immediately. But in a true disaster, when the grid is down, when ambulances aren't running, when hospitals are overwhelmed or unreachable, what do? You give them aspirin, full-strength aspirin, chewed, not swallowed. Chewing it gets it into the bloodstream faster. Aspirin thins the blood, helps break up clots, and can literally save someone's life in the first critical minutes of a heart attack. Now, let me be very clear: aspirin is not a cure, it's a stopgap, it buys time. But in a situation where professional medical help is hours or days away, buying time is everything. And here's the detail that matters: make sure you're packing the 325 milligram tablets, not the 81 milligram baby aspirin. The low-dose stuff is for prevention, not treatment. In an emergency, you need the full dose. Alright, so let's recap. 5 medications, all over the counter, all cheap, all available at any pharmacy right now. Loperamide to stop dehydration from diarrhea. Diphenhydramine for allergic reactions and forced rest. Povidone-Iodine for wound care and water purification. Ibuprofen to reduce inflammation and keep you mobile. And aspirin for cardiac emergencies. For about $20, you can have all 5 of these in a waterproof bag, ready to go. And honestly, having these on hand is a lot smarter than having a fancy first aid kit full of stuff you'll never use. Now, before you run out and buy all this, here's my disclaimer: I'm giving you general guidelines here, but everybody's different. Allergies, medical conditions, medications you're already taking, all of that can change what's safe for you. So before you pack your kit, talk to your local pharmacist. Let them know what you're planning. They can help you personalize this list and make sure there's nothing that's going to interact badly with your situation. This isn't about replacing medical care. It's about being prepared for those moments when medical care isn't available. So here's my question for you: what's in your survival kit right now? Do you have these medications? Do you have something better? Drop a comment, let me know what you think, and if you found this useful, hit that subscribe button because we've got a lot more real-world pharmacy advice coming your way. Stay prepared out there. And if you'd like to see an alternate version of today's video, featuring different cuts of the visuals used, check out my Patreon. It's all there for curious minds, just follow the link in the pinned comment.